Introducing ViziSmart Founder Talks, where we interview exceptional leaders making an impact in our world. Today, we're sitting down with Anna Rognas, founder of Rognas Team. Hi, Anna. We are so excited to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for thinking of me. I mean, I was just blown away with your invite, so thank you for that.
Welcome.
Yay. So Rognas Team is a company that invests and manages in single-family residential and now multifamily residential in Oklahoma. What inspired you to take on this type of a challenge? And were there any mindset shifts that you had to make to help you succeed?
Oh, absolutely. So property management has been a part of what I've kind of dabbled in all along since 2003, 2004. And so that was kind of in and out with helping other people. I never saw it as something I was personally going to be doing. But in about 2017, we met the wonderful Bob and Dixie Lynn, and they started mentoring my husband, Eric, who is my co-partner and owner in what we do. And they kind of took us in and then needed somebody to start taking care of their business. So we started thinking about it a lot more seriously. And that's kind of how we ended up owning our own in the end. When Bob passed, we ended up taking on the whole thing and growing it and making it what it is today. Yes.
Amazing.
So
congratulations.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
A little bit about it. You recently acquired a 100-unit multifamily property, and this is a huge success for you and Rognas Team. What are the key factors to make that acquisition come through?
So this was a situation that I've had multiple people talk to me about. I'm a huge believer in surrounding myself with extremely competent, trustworthy professionals. And because I don't believe that this all happens just because of me, right? I feel like God, the universe, whatever, brings the right people in, introduces me to who I need to know to set me up for the next success. And that happened with this apartment complex because I had this woman show up in my office and said, I think I need to be working for you. And I was like, okay, I didn't know her. My husband had mentioned her. I was like, all right. So she came on. She had 20 years of experience in apartment management, and not but 4 months later, we had this group come in and say, we want you to do this. And I said, I've got somebody here that knows this business very well. We're willing to take it on. And it's been a blessing to do that with them and with having her knowledge beside us doing this. So yeah, we've been able to take that on next.
Amazing. And do you see technology, particularly AI, do you see it playing a role in achieving these goals and growing your business?
Absolutely. I see a lot right now we are bringing in, because we actually opened our own doors here, bought this building, opened our own doors, went out and said, okay, this is us. I think that was 2001, after running the business for a while under a different brokerage. And now we are 3 years in. And I want to continue to grow, but I want to do it with a really solid foundation. What we've done has happened naturally and just kind of organically. And now we're looking at our policies, our procedures, how are we streamlining everything so that we don't lose communication with owners, so that we're still able to take care of the tenants quickly and appropriately, so that we're not miscommunicating as our team grows a little bit. So we've got a gentleman in that's just starting with us, assessing all of these, and is going to start streamlining that with the different apps and AI opportunities. And it's very exciting.
We were excited.
What would you think will be the top 3 things that you're going to use AI for?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, obviously we've got AI involved in writing all the letter writing and those sorts of things.
Mhm.
We're also going to, it's like, hey, write something about this, or we need to
Beautiful.
notify these people for that.
Yeah.
Give us, and then we play with it because, I'm still a little old school and
Yeah.
slow to take it on fully.
It's a shift, right? Yeah.
But job descriptions, things like that, it's amazing what populates through AI. And then we're going to be looking at streamlining processes and those sorts of things. So however that's going to play into our processes and communication with our owners and those sorts of things.
That's amazing. The efficiency in that would be huge. That's
Efficiency, that's what we're looking for. That balance of technology, but humanity, right? So that they still get us, but they're getting it in a better, faster,
better us, right?
way.
Better us.
Better us.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And how much time do you think that that's going to save you?
Well, hours. Please let it be hours.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a lot. I think it's going to streamline our meetings. I think how we're going to communicate as a team is going to get streamlined through this process, so that we're not always having to catch up in those meetings once a week where we're trying to bring all the information in. I think it's going to be a lot easier that way. The goal is I'm looking to reduce my days from those 12-hour days to more of a normal lifestyle, to be able to spend a little bit more time at home with the kids, different things. I think that'll be real fun.
So I have great news for you. So because of what we do, because we do what we do, we learned statistics that using AI in real estate can save you up to 40% of your time.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, right? Like long live AI. Yes. Yeah.
So where would you reinvest that time? Would it just be family? Would it be something other business related? Like how would you spend that time that you have? And how would your team spend that time?
That's a great question. A big part of that would go obviously to family, the evening hours, those sorts of things. But I would really love to invest that time in more connections. If anybody's ever kind of worked in a networking group, one-to-ones, building relationships and meeting people and spending that time so that we can continue to grow organically as well. I feel like once people know who we are and what we're doing, that helps build a trust and an availability.
So you are clearly a successful businesswoman. You are also a parent and have a full family. What are the habits that help you stay productive? And what are some actionable takeaways for us and our audience that we can apply to our lives?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think I've just lived with a lot going on for a long time. Started back in 2003 with my baby girl on my arm, and I've just taken my children along with me on this ride. And so now she's 21 and my youngest is 10, and we have pictures of my youngest, on the desk with us while we were working. And I move fast and I don't do it perfectly. Let's be honest, parents, working moms, we get overwhelmed. We forget, or show up late or this and that from time to time. But they get the best of us as we grow and as we do this. So we are available to schedule those things into our lives. But as for growing and doing, I think you don't give up. You just keep going, doing the next right thing. It's like, just what's next, and how do we keep it moving?
I love that. So. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of your insights. I have a personal question.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Personal question. Okay, I love it.
With bringing your kids along on this ride, did they get insights or did they start thinking differently from being around the business and being around you speaking about things? And have they learned? Have you seen them take on a different perspective from that?
I think each one of them is a little bit different. Some of them are like, I'm not doing that, this and that, it's a lot for them, but they have grown in knowing how to speak to people in, relationships. There's so many people in town who know us from just constantly being involved in so many things, that my children have grown up in a fairly large town with a lot of eyes on them. And I love it because I get pictures all the time from clients or friends who ran into them with them waiting tables somewhere or this and that. So their world and relationships grow when I get pictures of, hey, look who we ran into, or I saw your kids at Starbucks, or, whatever that is. It's been a huge blessing because the village is large. And then it's been, sometimes it's late night hours and it's a lot of phone calls. So there's that resentment in there from time to time, like, Mom, don't answer that call. And, but it's also a reminder to them, like, look, I could be working 9 to 5 and not able to come to your school lunches or your, little performance this morning or whatever. So, with everything, there's a balance, and we do our best. But yeah, my son is actually keeps telling me, give me some years, Mom. I'm coming back and I'm taking the business. So he's taken a full interest in entrepreneurship and wanting to learn more. It was that debate between engineering and entrepreneurship, but he decided to start with that engineering degree so that it was given to me that it's just easier to transition from engineering into another program than it is to go backwards from another program into engineering. So
yeah, I can speak
it's
personally.
very interesting.
Yep, because that's what I did, right? I'm a recovering engineer. So that engineering really taught me how to problem solve, which became really helpful because it's very like equation. My brain works very much of a decision tree, which is really helpful in business and in being able to communicate. And as an attorney, for me to be able to negotiate better because I have that mental thinking, that way of thinking, which really helps me with my husband too. Bonus, yeah.
I love it. We can all use help with our husbands from time to time, right?
Oh, so like I came from being an artist and going into technology. So from artist and property management to technology. So I see things a little bit differently. And I'm maybe not boxed in by the constraints of a developer mindset with these specific tasks that you need to get through.
Decision trees. Yeah.
I think the difference there is that in life, once we get out of school, we can, the goal is to have a wider view of what's available to us, right? I love that you do it. It's a huge part of what we have to do. You can't be closed-minded or you're not going to be able to grow as an entrepreneur.
Or survive even, right? It's like also survival in general. You don't see things coming at you otherwise.
Right. Perspective is huge. I mean, if you get narrow focused, you can get it can get dark and hard really fast. But if you're one of those that is like, let's see what's happening over here. Okay, this isn't working so much right now, but what's this going on? Oh, I like that. So, maybe that'll work better. So being able to navigate those things.
So are you a visionary type person or are you more of like the decision tree?
Let's put it this way. I absolutely adore having type A personalities around me. I'm my spreadsheet people. I'm constantly putting out fires and moving forward. But I love people who have that mindset of, I love sitting at the computer and I love making these little, making things happen. I love people who can Google quickly, all those stuff. So, yeah, I'm a little bit more of a...
You sound like a strategist.
Broad thinker. I love the big picture and getting things started. I love getting things started and then building the people in place to enjoy the long-term process. Does that make sense?
Yes. I have a dream. My dream is to have a single mom become the president of the United States.
Ooh.
That'd be incredible.
I can't. Yeah, because I cannot think. I am not a single mom. I am a mom, but whenever I see single moms, I'm like, I bow out. Like I don't know what to say to that. Right? It's the effort. of being able to juggle it all in a way single, like there's no other hand with you. The two is all you got, you know? It's amazing.
I'm ready for that first woman. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, a good one. We need a good one though. We need a good one. A good first woman.
Yeah, I agree. We're not just looking for anyone.
It's not a skirt. We literally need the brain to come with the skirt. You know? Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be Bianca. Maybe she.
Well, first, let's make this business a success. Then we'll focus on
baby steps. I almost choked. I guess. To that point, I want to thank you, Anna, one of our first on boards.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know.
Do you want to show her the video of what we are working on next?
Are
you ready?
Yeah. This is something that is a coming feature.
Hey, Vizzy, I'm about to start a walkthrough. Please analyze it for me.
I have detected a hole in the wall. Here's a list of providers on your team. Who would you like to send out?
Let's see if Marcus is available.
Great. I'm creating a maintenance ticket and sending this to Marcus. What is the best time for him to come by?
Let's see if he can be here at 4 p.m. later today.
That is going to be exciting because, you know, it'll save her from having to come back, design the full report. Oh, that would be amazing.
So from that video, we already can do quite a bit of it. Where we're at right now, we're actually releasing our iOS for App Store to have control over the camera. And then with AI, you know, you don't go from 0, 100 to with AI. It's going to build over time, but usually it's pretty fast, and it's going with time, you know, because you know, the AI is getting smarter and smarter. It's becoming faster and faster for that knowledge. So this is around the corner. That maybe there we have it in our application that you're onboarded to.
Well, and when you're ready, Bianca, if you want to come try it out on a walkthrough with us anytime,
I would
try it out. Somebody's here and be like, okay, this is for the owner reports kind of thing. That would be awesome too.
100%.
You're welcome to come join us for that.
I will let you know.
For sure.
Thank you, Anna. That is wonderful. We really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, 110%. You guys are doing some great work, and I'm excited to see how we can all get it together, for sure.
I like your meeting you. We really appreciate your time. You're such an impressive lady, and we are so excited to see another fellow successful woman taking on the world like you are.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to have friends and that know what you're doing and what's going through, and to stand by you and be so supportive. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.